I am B. Nagaraju, Assistant Professor at Mallareddy Engineering College, Autonomous. Today's my topic is probability. Today my topic is probability. General probability means getting a chance. Before discussing probability, we have some definitions. We have first definition will be sample space. Sample space. Okay. That sample space means the set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment. The set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment is called sample space. The set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment is called a sample space. Example, when we are tossing a coin, we have a two outcomes. That is, S is equal, sample space is denoted by S. Two outcomes, what is that? H comma T. We are writing sample space S is equal to H comma T. This is sample space. And second one will be when throwing a die. When we are throwing a die, we have a 6 outcomes, that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why? Because die will be 6 phases. One phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When we are throwing a die, we have a outcomes will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is S. This is the sample space definition. And next definition will be event. Event. Next definition will be event. Okay. Event means any subset of a sample space. Yes. Subset of a sample space is called an event. Any subset of a sample space is an event. Any subset of a sample space is an event and it is denoted by with capital E. Any subset of a sample space is an event and it is denoted by capital E. Means E is equal to, when we are tossing a coin, first toss will get head. Head is a subset of sample space S H comma T. Okay, as like when T, that is a subset of sample space. Okay, this is second definition will be event. Sample space and event. And next definition will be mutually exclusive events. Mutually exclusive events. Okay, mutually exclusive events means two events A and B are said to be mutually exclusive if A intersection B is equal to null set. Two events are mutually exclusive means that they are not dependent. A and B are not dependent. Means A and B are independent events. That is, A and B are disjoint or A and B cannot happen simultaneously. Means maybe head will come, tail will come when we are tossing a coin. Head and tail will not come simultaneously, head will not come simultaneously. That is mutually exclusive events. Next, equally likely events. Next definition will be equally likely events. Equally likely events. Equally likely events means equally likely events. Equally likely events means in the experiment of tossing a coin, the chance of getting a head or tail. When we are doing one experiment, for example, when we are throwing a die, tail and head getting chance to equal. That is, that type of equation is called equally, the type of definition called equally likely events, getting head and tail. Both the events are equally likely events. When we are throwing a die, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, these are equally likely events. 1 or 2 or 3 or maybe 1 will get, 2 will get, 3 will be get, 4 will be get, 5 will be get, 6 will be get. All 6 outcomes means these outcomes have a equal chance. That is equally likely events. Next, exhaustive events. Exhaustive events. Exhaustive events. Exhaustive events means all possible events in any trial. All possible events in any trial. All possible events in any trial is called exhaustive events. All possible events in any trial is called exhaustive events. Example, when we are throwing a die, when we are tossing a coin, there are two exhaustive events. When we are tossing a coin, two exhaustive events, that will be head or tail. That is exhaustive events. Okay, one more. Next one, actual definition. Actual point. Definition. Classical definition of probability. Actual definition. Before going to define the probability, we are studying some definitions: sample space, exhaustive events, equally likely events, that all things. Okay, classical definition of probability. Classical definition of probability means, in an experiment, when we are doing one experiment, in a random experiment, let there be n mutually. Yes, in a random experiment, let there be n mutually and equally likely events. Yes, n mutually and equally likely events. Let E be an event of the. Let E be an event of the experiment. Let E be the event of the experiment, and if M be elementary events of E, M be the elementary events of E, then the probability of E is equal. Number of elementary events in E. Number of elementary events in E by total number of elementary events in a random experiment. This is the probability definition. Probability definition will be number of elementary events in E by total number of elementary events in a random experiments. That is equal. This is the classical definition of probability. Okay. Next, when we are doing probability problems, we have to learn some axioms. Now that axioms of probability. Yes, axioms of, when we are doing problems, we have to follow some axioms. That will be axioms of probability. That what is that axioms of probability? We have three axioms. First one will be, first axiom, for any event E of S, for any event capital E of S, for any event capital E of S, 0 less than or equal to P of E less than or equal to 1. Probability always in between 0 and 1. Yes, probability is a numerical value lying between 0 and 1. Probability always in between 0 and 1. Okay, this is first axiom. Second axiom will be probability P of S is equal to 1. Ante P of sample space means total probability. P of S is equal to 1. Third one, if E1 and E2 are mutually exclusive, E1 and E2 are mutually exclusive events, then P of E1 union P of E2 is equal to P of E1 plus P of E2. These are the three axioms. When we are solving the problem, we have to follow that these three axioms. What is that? First, for any event E of S, probability always in between 0 and 1. And second one, total probability will be 1. P of S is equal to 1. Third one, if E1 and E2 are mutually exclusive events in S, then P of E1 union E2 is equal to P of E1 plus P of E2. Yes, these are the three axioms for probability. Yes, next first we will solve one small problem, probability problem. One small probability problem. Yes, what is that? First small probability problem. What is the probability for a leap year have? What is the probability for a leap year have 52 Mondays? What is the probability for a leap year have 52 Mondays and 53 Sundays? What is the probability for a leap year have 52 Mondays and 53 Sundays? Okay, we have to find the probability that leap year contains 52 Mondays and 53 Sundays. Okay, for a year, every leap year we have a 365 days. Every year non-leap year we have a 365 days. Okay, a leap year contains solution. A leap year contains 366 days. A leap year contains 366 days. That is 52 weeks and 2 days. 52 weeks and 2 days. Every normal year, non-leap year we have a 52 weeks and 1 day. A leap year we have a 52 weeks and 2 days. Here in the question what is given there? What is the probability that a leap year contains 52 Mondays and 53 Sundays? Okay, in a leap year we have a 52 weeks and 2 days. In 52 weeks we are getting 52 Mondays already. Yes, 52 Mondays, 52 Sundays. Here we want for a leap year 52 Mondays and 53 Sundays. This extra 2 days we have to write. Extra 2 days we have to write. First one will be Monday, Tuesday. Second one will be Tuesday, Wednesday. Third one will be Wednesday, Thursday. Fourth one will be Thursday and Friday. Fifth one will be Friday and Saturday. Sixth one will be Saturday and Sunday. Seventh one will be Sunday and Monday. These are the 7 ways we have that 2 days. That will be first one will be Monday, Tuesday. Second one will be Tuesday, Wednesday. Third one will be Wednesday, Thursday. Fourth one will be Thursday, Friday. Fifth one will be Friday, Saturday. Sixth one will be Saturday, Sunday. And seventh one will be Sunday and Monday. We have 7 ways to write the 2 days. Okay, here we want to get 52 Mondays and 53 Sundays. 52 Mondays already we are getting here 52 weeks. We want to get 53 Sundays. Yes, Sundays we are getting where Saturday, Sunday and Sunday, Monday. Saturday, Sunday and Sunday, Monday. We have 2 chances. In the 2 chances, one chance Sunday and Monday is there. When we are taking this, here 53 Mondays and 53 Sundays will get. That's why we have only one chance. Here they are not discussing Saturday now. Only Sunday we want. That's why I am taking Saturday and Sunday. Okay, when we are taking Sunday and Monday, we will get 53 Mondays and 53 Sundays. That's why we are taking only one chance out of 7 chance, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, only one is favorable case we have. Now, probability of E is equal to, we will get 1 by 7. Probability, number of favorable cases, numerator. Out of 7 cases, number of favorable cases, only one case, that is Saturday and Sunday. Total 2 days we are writing 7 ways. That will be probability of 52 Mondays and 53 Sundays is equal 1 by 7. Probability of 52 Mondays and 53 Sundays is equal 1 by 7. This is the problem. What is the probability that 52 get 52 Mondays and 53 Sundays? Okay. Once again I am repeating. In a leap year, what is the probability for a leap year? 52 Mondays and 53 Sundays. Okay. Here a leap year contains 366 days. Non-leap year we have a 365 days. Okay. Leap year we have a every 4 years. In that leap year we are getting 52 weeks and 2 days. 52 weeks and 2 days. Yes, already here 52 Mondays we are getting these 2 days we have to write. How many number of days we will get we don't know. We are writing here first Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Sunday, Sunday, Monday. And we want to get 53 Sundays. Here 53 Sundays means 2 ways is there. In that 2 ways, when we are taking one way Sunday, Monday, here we get 53 Mondays and 53 Sundays. That's why we want to get only one way. We have favorable cases out of 7. Only one case, that will be Saturday and Sunday. Yes, probability of getting a leap year 52 Mondays and 53 Sundays is equal 1 by 7. Yes, this is the clear all of you. Okay, this.